I'm here once again. Yes, Barbados. The country you love. Over here with the Eat family. Ah.
Rotted. I don't.
What you mean?
What you on? What you on?
You don't make an episode. You get it. Yes, enough.
Yeah. I like the idea. I can't I would love I relish this idea rather than kids on my name. Oh, murder. But it's great. Everyone's got their part to play. Everyone's got their part to play. Yeah, man.
Doing something right.
I don't feel inclined to put them in. It's serious. I mean,
It's customary for me to do so. I want to give thanks just for being here. Sometimes you have a vision and then you hold that vision, and then when the vision manifests, sometimes you don't acknowledge it and give thanks for it. And it is my way always to give thanks to the Most High, always to give thanks in whatever situation. Some situations are much more painful, and whilst I give thanks, I'm crying. But I just feel like skipping around. I think
Do it!
my legs aren't powerful enough right now because of the situation. Yeah. A number of people were saying they felt like skipping around here. You know, I was like, I want to do it too. Only the ground seems to have disappeared at that end, so I want to do it. At this stage, just to acknowledge where we are at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Eddie Grant, which is a blessing and a story in itself. When you can be in the presence of an African man who has and is willing to share his blessings with those of us who journey. And so I'm giving thanks for this moment. The young people were playing around, and Eddie said to me, everyone looked so happy. He didn't want to stop them from playing. Let the children play. Let the children play. So the playing was taking place, and in that playing, learning takes place. But sometimes we also need to come together and just have a conversation and see how we're doing. So I approach the young people after asking Eddie. I said, we have to give the young people choices still. We don't, even if they look really happy doing what they're doing, sometimes we just have to ask them, bring them into a certain alignment, and ask them if they wanted to continue to play, or if some of them want to play, some of them want to come in and just talk, and they all seem to have come in. And at this stage, I just want to say thank you, Eddie, for inviting us, having us here. I also want to say thank you to Finance, who, I keep saying thank you to Finance, but they just rallied round, they just kind of like stepped in, giving up their Sunday, they don't even know who we are, what day it is. They see us, you know.
The African way.
Yeah, and I want to acknowledge another brother who's, home from home. So, I want to acknowledge everyone, but I just say, Eddie, we are here in your home, and, talk to us if you want to.
Well, welcome everybody. I know you've all come from a long way. And the degree of play tells me how happy you are. I was looking outside just now, and as I said to Sandra, it's amazing. Young people need to play. Sometimes we tend to think in today's world that, young people play too much. But you have to know about the quality of play. You've got to appreciate when play is being educational as opposed to when play is being destructive. And I felt very relaxed with the degree of play and the kind of play, because I know most of the kids here would have come from the inner city, London. I know where you've come from. I used to live there. I spent the best part of my life there. I know that there are not many trees for you to climb. I know even if you did want to climb one, the chances are it wasn't accessible. So it was nice to see someone climbing the tree, and the experience that I know, I personally as a man who grew from a child in this kind of environment, I know how educational a tree climb can be. Good and bad. I know it's like to fall out the tree as well, But it's all part of, as they say, life's rich tapestry that teaches a child something that he'll carry forward into his adulthood. I would like to talk to you all about many things. One of them, since I know the background from which you have come, again, because it is also my background, both in terms of the Caribbean. A lot of you all would have been born in England, so I shared sufficient of the English experience as a child to be able to relate directly to you. Both those who were born in the Caribbean, went to England, those who were born in England and left England and came to the Caribbean. I know your experience. I also know your experience as being of African descent. I know what it is like to be that African child in the world today. It's a world that is not necessarily getting better for you, though when I was the age of my little friend over here, I had hoped, and I would have liked to have hoped, that by the time I'd reached this age, it would have been something that wouldn't have to be considered. But unfortunately today, we're living in a world where it still matters what color you are. And how ridiculous it is seen today when you look at the things that occur on television, the wars and all the social struggles and the strife between people as you see it on the television. So this, since I know that that is what's educating you, all of us right now, maybe we can talk a little bit about your place in all of that. You come here to my house, to my home, which is, as I've explained to Sandra, who is your leader, every day that I wake up here, I feel something special. I feel different to if I was living in any other home, because the history of this home is one that is so singular in Barbadian history and in the history of Africans that have been brought here that is worthy of mention. I live in a house that belonged to the plantocracy, to the owners of basically this country from the year 1627. Europeans owned basically this country, and we, the Africans, were the slaves, or we were made into slaves. See, there's a fundamental difference. We have been taught in school that our forebears were slaves. That's not true. There's a slight difference in as much as that they could have been carpenters or lawyers or doctors or kings or whatever in Africa, but in this particular setup, they were called a slave. So you were not the descendants, or we were not the descendants of slaves. A slave is something that is false. It's a false name. We were descendants of Africans, and we can just leave it at that for now because we don't have forever to talk about it. But living in this place every day, I wake up and I think, without any shadow of a doubt, I'm a lucky man. One, I'm lucky to be living in a beautiful view where I can enjoy the sea breeze and all of that, yes. But more important than that, just to be here in this position